All right, it is just a little bit after 1 o'clock on your Wednesday afternoon. You know what time that is?
Is Q and J?
Yay, good morning, Quinn. How are you
I'm
today? You
tired.
look so awake.
I was out until 4 a.m.
Why?
because I was making bad decisions.
Like my grandma always said, nothing good happens after midnight.
All right, Ted from How I Met Your Mother.
I know what that was. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, hey, welcome to Q&J,
Q and J Hangover
a
Edition.
show. I am
kidding.
not hungover.
I'm not hungover.
I'm
just
tired because I had to watch TV until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, you had to watch the
No, I said I didn't want to talk about it. But
election.
Yeah.
I like it this way. If the world ends, I don't have to pay my student loans.
Well,
stay positive, America.
The sun will still rise tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. Who cares?
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about stuff that actually matters. Video games.
Right? Video games. That's important shit.
That's the important stuff.
Shish.
That's
the important
anyway.
shish.
We are on live. Okay, hey. So we got some PlayStation VR launch titles that came out with the system. When did that come out already, or?
The VR?
Yeah, the VR
Yeah,
came
the
out
VR
already.
did come out. The Pro came out, I think, too.
Pro came out. Yep. They say that is the ultimate gaming system now, or something like that.
I thought I've heard mixed reviews about it. So, like, I've either heard, like, one side of the argument saying if you don't have a 4K display, it's not worth getting at all.
Right.
Like, you won't notice anything different about it.
Yeah.
And then if you have a 4K display, it's still not really worth it if you already have a PlayStation 4.
Right.
Because it's like you're really not going to see much of a difference because most games aren't in 4K right now.
What about the VR? Do you want that?
I've never used VR, and so I need to experience it. It's kind of like one of those things.
I'd like to try it out first, maybe.
Yeah, see, it's almost like buying a car, but you've never driven in a vehicle before.
But you've never driven ever.
You've never been in a vehicle, so
Yeah.
and then some guy's like, "Do you want to buy a car?" It's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Do I need one? So that's kind of how I feel about
See,
it.
as a child of the '80s, I had
Here we go.
VR Boy.
Oh, okay.
See, so that was my VR experience.
Was that Nintendo that released?
The red pixelated,
Yes.
yeah.
Didn't it have like Mario Tennis or something on it?
I don't remember. It was just.
That's awesome.
It was bad.
I can imagine.
Well, it was awesome then,
Well, it's cutting edge.
Yeah, we had there's one video game, arcade game that we had. It was you were like in a tank,
Okay.
but you put your eyes up into the thing with the scope.
Oh, it's like a not a porculus, periscope.
Yeah, there you go. But everything was very, I can't think of the right word for it, just lines, like green lines shaped like a pyramid, green lines shaped like a tank.
Ugh, that would make me nauseous.
It was awesome.
I bet it was.
Amazing. Yeah, that's where my quarters went.
I remember. I don't know if anybody's ever been to like Dave and Buster's. It's a little place, not very well known.
Are you being sarcastic?
Slightly.
You're too tired.
I'm too tired. I can't tell. But yeah, Dave and Buster's. They have that. It's like a helicopter war simulator, where the helmet comes down over your head, and then you got the two mounts on the side, and you can spin and do whatever. That was my first ever VR quote unquote experience, and that was a lot of fun. But they also had a balloon, like a hot air balloon racer.
Okay.
So you sat in a chair, and this chair would go up and down, and you had to race through a canyon, and there was 5 chairs next to each other, and so you'd pull down like the VR thing, kind of like that helicopter fighter game, and then you would sit in this chair, and you would control the elevation and stuff like that, and it was kind of like Mario Kart. I thought I think you get like power-ups, and you could like shoot stuff and cause issues or whatever for your opponents to kind of trip them up, but you would go up and down, and it was like, I think it was like maybe a 2-story game, so you could go way up.
Oh, that's cool.
It was pretty neat, but that was really the first experience that I've ever had with any sort of virtual reality.
Yeah.
And then you watch like the movie Gamer or Sword Art Online, and that's like the pinnacle.
Right, or Star Trek.
Yeah.
I want a holodeck.
I want a holodeck bad. That would be cool. Run in there, fight some Klingons.
Yeah, I think I'm seriously considering, Christmas is coming. Maybe asking. I think it's a little more expensive than my budget right now, though.
It took you what, a year to get a PS4, and you want to ask for a VR right after getting the PS4?
I live in a different world. Okay.
Yeah, Trump's president. We all live in a different.
Well, the VR, PlayStation VR. Let's see. One of the launch titles is 100-Foot Robot Golf.
Oh, I'm in.
In this game, It perfectly describes the premise. You control a giant robot and swing your golf club across a multitude of fully destructible courses, so like cityscapes.
It's like Battlefield meets Tiger Woods PGA
Yeah.
Tour.
Story-driven single-player campaign
dumb.
and a multiplayer mode that can support up to 4 players.
Ooh.
I wonder if you have to swap out VR headsets or if you can just
That would be weird.
VR
That's a good
online
question.
or VR altogether.
VR altogether.
It'd be kind of cool.
That's a good name for a series. Patented, trademark.
TM.
Yeah.
So that looks fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I like golf on video games because I'm way better playing video game golf than I am playing real golf.
Oh, everybody is. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. I'm terrible at it. Like, I can't drive in video games, and I can't play golf in video games.
Yeah.
But I can drive extremely well in the real world, and I can kind of play golf okay. But
Yeah, I do like to play real world golf, but
mhm.
I think playing virtual golf makes it more entertaining.
Well, plus
for
if
me.
you break your clubs in the virtual world, you don't have to buy new
Right.
ones.
And I never throw my shoulder out playing a video game.
You never played golf on the Wii then?
No, okay, yeah. That's true.
Wii tennis, man. I got tennis elbow bad after
That's
playing
funny. We also have Ace Banana.
that. Banana. What's that one?
This deviates from the typical premise of VR shooting galleries. So it's a VR shooter gallery. It focuses instead on horde mode like action,
But with fruit?
but with monkeys and squid.
So it's a Harambe simulator.
Oh. Too soon.
Is it though? Is it? It's a monkey. It's a
Yeah.
gorilla, excuse me.
You are in control of an anamorphic banana. What? No, I'm serious. That's what it read. It puts you in control of an anamorphic banana tasked with defending its brethren from an army of invading monkeys. You'd best up your archery skills, lest you want to be eaten. Okay, hang on.
So
I never thought I would say this. You play a banana.
that is the worst anamorph.
You are, well, I mean, all you're gonna see is your hand and the bow.
But
and the
there's not
arrow.
going to be a hand. You're going to see a peel.
Well, no, you have a banana hand.
Banana hand.
All right.
Does he have a banana hammock?
Next. Okay, of course, Batman Arkham VR.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah.
Because Batman, the way Batman plays, it would make me nauseous, I think, if I went first
True.
person.
So he allows you to see through the eyes of the Caped Crusader, giving you access to his legendary devices and skills.
So, how are you going to do combat then? Because I don't imagine that
Well, don't you have like those sticks,
the nunchucks that aren't nunchucks?
motion?
Yeah, but I can't
things.
imagine that those things are accurate enough to track that. I want a VR glove.
Yeah.
So I could actually like grab stuff and make a fist and punch things. I think that would be kind of neat.
Yeah.
That's the next step.
Battlezone, remake of the classic 1980s tank arcade game. That was it, Battlezone.
There you go. Jay,
That was the
you
game
can
I
relive
played.
your
Oh
childhood.
my goodness, I'm getting this.
Or is it your teen years?
80s, that was like childhood.
Okay.
I graduated in 93, so.
Oh, okay. Actually, I think the same age of my mom. Mom,
Probably.
if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Hi,
Yeah.
how are you? What's up?
No.
Classic 80s remake, blah, blah, blah. Actually, one of the earliest VR games ever made, like I said, with a retro Tron-like aesthetic. So it's kind of Tron-y looking.
So they're going to do the wireframe.
No, it's not really wireframe looking. It's very geometric,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's like a cityscape, but not.
Looks like the
there's
original Tron movie.
kind of if they made it better.
If it looked.
If it looked better.
Tron was a good movie, though.
Yeah.
It
No.
just-
Yeah.
it
Exactly.
looked like garbage, but.
But-
it was... Oh, okay.
So it looks like a cityscape, but it's not. There's no plant life or anything. It's
Okay, so
very
it's a very
geometric
it's a
looking.
very high detailed cityscape. Like think of Forge mode in Halo.
Yeah.
Like
there
if
you
you
go.
built in Forge mode, that's what it would look like. Okay, that makes sense. That wouldn't be too bad.
Bound. Recently released Bound is getting VR support.
For
at
you in the BDSM
PSVR's
community.
launch, allowing you to closer observe its fantastical world. For those of you who haven't played it, you control a dancer journeying through the wonders of a woman's childhood memories.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Uh,
Drive Club VR. Now this is what I'm thinking when I think of VR games.
Okay.
Is driving, because you're in the, because all the
The
racing
perspective
games,
is never right in a racing game.
right. Because when you go to racing games, you get that first person feeling.
But when
A
you go-
majority of your screen is taken up by the steering wheel and.
But whenever
the
you're driving a
column.
vehicle, you have almost that third person feel. You know
Yeah.
what I mean when you're driving? Because you
in games.
well, no, in like real
Or
life.
in
So
life.
if you're driving in real life, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but you know how like when you drive in video games, you're always that third person behind the trunk kind
Yeah.
of perspective.
Yeah.
That's how I almost can feel when I'm driving. Is like
Hmm.
I feel the space of my vehicle. Like you learn spatially where you
Oh,
are.
yeah, your car becomes an extension of your body.
Right, so
essentially.
you kind of have that, but video games can never portray that
Right.
properly. That's why we have that third-person camera. Like I hate playing car games first person,
Yeah, I
'Cause-
try to do it sometimes because I want to try to get that feeling.
and you can't.
Because you can't turn your head, you can't see what's next to you, you can't see what's behind you.
Well,
With this, you'll be able to look around
right,
and see everything that's going on. That's going to be.
not only that, like you're in a room that's not the same dimensions as the room that you are supposed to be in when you're in a car.
Yeah.
So like spatially, your brain can't trick itself. I think because visually you can't manipulate the
Right.
space
But
as
I
well.
think with VR though, it's going to really.
Right.
I think VR is going to just make first-person gaming just way much better. Because I have a problem with first-person gaming because I can't see. There's no peripheral vision in gaming.
Well, yeah, because it's weird because if you think about it, most console games we're mostly speaking of console games because if you go to PC, you can open up your field of view to 180 degrees, which is what we see in.
Okay, sure.
Where most
Because you could add monitors.
right. Well, no, like
Oh.
so if we're playing a game, like it can be a flat screen, but it'll have the 180 view because it draws the camera back
Oh,
further in
okay.
your space. So like it kind of opens the aperture of the camera, I guess is the best way to talk about it. Where like normally whenever we're playing on console, it only has a 90-degree viewing angle.
Okay.
So you're losing half of your spatial awareness. So I get what you're saying. But yeah,
But I always had a problem with first-person shooters on console games because I'll get attacked by someone who was
out of
next to me,
your
but
peripheral,
I should
yeah.
be able to see them.
But you can't.
But you can't. Let's see, it was a VR racing game. Yeah, that basically sums it up.
Yeah, that's racing games
Eve.
haven't changed in years.
Eve Valkyrie.
Is this the mech suit one?
Let's see, lets you live out childhood fantasies of being an ace spaceship pilot. Spaceship pilots.
Ooh, that's even cooler.
As an elite member of Valkyrie, a group of treacherous galactic pirates, you zip past the stars, gunning down trade fleets and the multitude of enemy fighter pilots that defend them. So you're a bad guy.
Well, you're not really a bad guy.
Well, it depends on what side you're on, I guess.
You're a liberator of
Liberator.
wealth.
I'm a liberator.
I'm a liberator of wealth.
I'm not a pirate. I'm a privateer.
I'm a borrower. Yeah, exactly. Pirates were
Oh,
just
and then
big thugs.
There's Eve Gunjack.
Okay.
If the intense spaceship fights of Eve Valkyrie aren't your cup of tea, then Eve Gunjack should do well to give you a similar dose of sci-fi infused action in the Eve Online universe. It's an action arcade first-person shooter where you pilot the stationary turret of a mining platform, shooting oncoming waves of enemy ships.
So it's
this
Alien.
you're on the other side of the battle where you're in the trade ship.
So do they cross platform?
That'd be kind of cool.
That'd
Probably
be
not.
neat. So it's not Alien, Space Invader.
There you go, Space Invaders.
Yeah, so that's what that is. It's Space Invaders 2016.
Hatsune. Oh shoot, I had this earlier. Hatsune Miku
Hatsune Miku.
Project Diva X.
Ooh.
You can finally enact your inner diva in Hatsune Miku Project Diva X,
Dude,
thanks
sign
to
me up.
PSVR. Alongside Miku and her friends, you'll take on a host of rhythm-based challenges, as well as unlocked new modules
What?
Models,
Wait.
modules. No, that's modules.
Wait, what?
Modules. Unlock new modules which give the crew special abilities that better your chances of success and increase item drop rates.
So
So it's a dance
game. It's a
Project Diva?
What's that game called? It got really big for a while. Or well, I guess Just Dance.
Just Dance.
It's Just Dance VR.
I was thinking Parappa the Rappa. That's
Nope.
old game.
Yeah,
sorry.
that's really old. You're dipping into the realm that I wasn't even alive to.
Here They Lie is a surreal horror game that throws you in the dark realm of the subconscious, where the line between reality and nightmare wears thin. Not much is known about the story. What has been shown on this eerie VR experience looks well worth the time of most eminent horror fans. So that'd be right up your alley, Quinn.
Yeah, no.
Horror games.
Horror games?
First person VR horror pants pooping video games.
Yeah, you want to see me pee myself? Put me in a game.
I just peed just a little.
I just peed a little. I watched Kung Fu Panda 3 the other day. It's like,
what we-
I think I just peed a little.
There is Harmonix Music VR. Music game fans should be pleased to know that Harmonix, the studio behind Rock Band and Guitar Hero, created a new PSVR experience. The game lets you listen to and experience music through a series of different VR spaces.
So
is it just
someone's gonna get high
Laser Zeppelin,
and
basically?
sit there and just watch that stone.
Have you ever been to a laser light show at the
I went
Planetarium?
Yeah, I've been to one. It was a long time ago when I was like really little, so I don't remember too much of it. But I've been to them. Planetariums are cool.
Whether it's
I'm just saying, I'm a nerd.
Whether it's navigating the kaleidoscope tunnel, reacting to the beats of the music, or creating your own virtual dance party with the ladies.
Okay, what ladies?
Okay, I didn't say that.
I was about to say. The dude's going to be standing in his room by himself dancing with a headset on.
With the VR ladies.
Hopefully.
V-ladies. VLs. Okay.
The V-ladies?
The V-ladies. The virtual ladies. Okay, there is also Headmaster. This is where you play soccer with your head. Using the PSVR's head tracking to hit soccer balls into goals for points. It's literally that simple. But don't be fooled. The charm of Headmaster's outrageousness, yet charming courses creates a bevy of entertaining moments.
I'm not going to say anything about that game's title. I'm just going to...
I was thinking like Bully.
That's what I thought too at first.
Yeah, where you're the Headmaster.
And then when you said you use your head, I was like...
Nope.
Nope.
Next.
Well, that was a big thing that they were talking about with VR coming out, is that the porn industry is actually going to take off.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, I know. I just...
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
But, like, because now you
adult
can...
entertainment?
Yes, excuse me. I'm an adult entertainer. All right. No, but that was a big thing that people were talking about, is that it's going to be huge because it allows for a new viewing experience.
That's true.
Which is weird.
That is also true.
Really, really weird. I don't...
I wouldn't mind seeing... Okay, 3D movies have been making it big lately.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind seeing like a 3D movie, normal movie.
Like a VR movie?
In VR, that'd be kind of cool.
That would be really neat. Like you know how they have those 360 movies?
Yeah, something like that.
Videos, but do that with a VR headset.
Yeah.
So you could watch the whole movie like that.
You know what movie was really cool the way they created it was, I think it was called Surf's Up, about the surfing penguin.
Yeah.
That was created in a VR studio.
Really?
The studio was just an empty room. They had points. They had like little markers in the ceiling and on the walls, and the camera went through the virtual reality space and filmed. That's why it looks so. It looks like a documentary, like a real world type documentary. It's because the way they filmed it is the camera was moving in this virtual space,
rather than
peeking around corners, looking into windows, walking up to people,
rather than
animated. Yeah,
that's cool.
It was animated in a 3D space, and then the cameraman worked his way through the space
for every shot.
As the movie was playing. They were filming it. So if they can do something like that, oh my god, that'd be crazy.
That'd be really
Like,
interesting.
you could go watch the main characters, or not.
Yeah, like, well, the crazy thing is, imagine watching a movie like a Marvel movie. Like, I just watched Doctor Strange. So imagine watching a movie like that with a 360 3D movie
Yeah.
with VR. Because you could be sitting there and the action could be in front of you, but you could turn to the left and watch something completely different, and nobody would have the same
Yeah,
viewing
exactly.
experience. That would be neat.
You'd almost want to almost have some things that were triggered, like trigger.
Like they locked you
Scenes.
forward.
Well, like when you walk. Okay, let's talk about Skyrim. Like when you walk, the first time you walk into, the first city you walk into, Dragons, the
Where you get captured.
Whiterun.
Oh, Whiterun.
First time you walk into Whiterun, you hear a conversation between the blacksmith and the guy from Battleborn or Greymane.
Yeah, yeah.
They're talking about weapons.
Yeah.
Stuff like that where
Battlemane.
where a scene won't start playing until you're in a certain spot. That way you won't miss the main points. But
Right,
if you want to kind of deviate, check
So
out
it's
some
like
other
a choose
things.
your own adventure kind of
Maybe,
movie.
yeah.
That would be cool, but I think it would be really hard to do
Yeah.
because then the
It
audience.
would be an at-home thing.
Well, right.
Okay, I think we're talking about video games now.
Well, we are. It's cool because video games are now opening up this world.
Yeah.
But if you could do something like that, yeah, it would be an at-home experience. But imagine doing that like a movie theater,
That would be kind
and
of.
then you have to vote on what happens. So like the
That'd be
audience votes. So you either, what do you guys want to do? Like, this is what's happened in the movie. Should Brad Pitt jump, or should he try to find a way to climb down? All right, he should jump. Well, the whole audience voted for jump, and he died.
Well, there goes $7.
Yeah, like that.
Movie's over. Go home.
They would have to obviously
Wrap it up.
write it a different way, but that could be something that could happen. That would be neat. It would change the story. It would really mess with the writing and like all sorts of stuff. I don't know. That's an interesting prospect.
Even if they did just make it video game, choose your own adventure story thing, maybe like a single person,
Like a Telltale game kind of.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Probably TTM. No, just all right. Another one coming out, Hustle Kings, which is basically a virtual reality pool.
There you go. That's what we needed.
Yeah.
You can't go and play pool in real life. You got to play it at home.
Yeah, right.
Like,
don't leave the house.
Don't leave the house anymore, kids. Trump's
Oh,
president.
no,
Don't leave.
Nope. Here's the winner. Job Simulator. If you're a fan of ridiculous physics-based games,
I'm not gonna say it.
Then Job Simulator's for you. It takes place in a future where humans no longer hold jobs, instead relying on the highly intelligent robots to rule and organize the world. In an effort to remind humans of their jobs that their ancestors used to have, the robots recreated a variety of workplace environments to teach humans how to work again. Job Simulator lets you grab and throw objects in the environments to your heart's content. It is by no means an accurate representation of the workplace as we know it today, but is certainly an amusing one.
I think people who have been on welfare for more than 4 months should have to play this game. But they should have a super realistic one, so where if you get fired in Job Simulator, you lose your welfare.
Permadeath.
Yeah, permadeath.
Permadeath in Job Simulator.
So, it's
a funny concept, I guess.
For those of you who spend your welfare checks on buying video game consoles and TVs, now you can actually pretend like you have a job.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept.
Oh, gosh.
Because, you got that cake baking simulator and
that kind of stuff. Okay, so the thing with, like, food simulator games, for those of you out here who can't cook, I understand. And if you want to pretend to cook, I understand. Or if you want to practice something, like you have a new recipe that you want to throw together and a game can kind of simulate whether or not that recipe would work based on a specific number of outcomes in an algorithm, that's fine. But if you're buying a game for no other reason than to spend the money on the game, don't do it. Just don't.
All right, moving on.
There's there's some really dumb games that have come out lately, and I'm just tired.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, well, I don't have any news on No Man's Sky today.
Oh, thank God.
I'm sure I can find some.
Don't.
But my phone's about to die, so.
I'm too tired for this.
How about keep talking and nobody explodes?
That I heard was actually a lot of fun.
It's a multiplayer VR game
Right.
where one player, the one wearing the headset, is trapped in a room with a time bomb. The other players are tasked with giving instructions on how to defuse the bomb by reading an accompanying defusal manual. The catch? Only the player with the headset can see the bomb, so it's up to both sides to communicate efficiently to defuse the bomb before time runs out. This sounds like a great party game.
It sounds like a really good team builder game, too.
Well, that too, yeah.
Like, if you own a company and you want to get people to get together and work together and teach good team building and stuff like that, that would be a good game.
This actually sounds like a fun, like it's
Constructive
like a
game.
party game.
Yeah.
Like you get together with your friends, or you like a New Year's Eve party, and a couple people want to play at a time.
A couple beers into it, it'd be great to
Yeah.
watch. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Okay, there's a
There's a light.
there's a clock,
and
and there's 4
wires.
buttons.
And there's a button.
What'd be really fun is to give one person the actual manual and another person a fake version of the manual, and to have them both try to tell what to do.
All right, it's on page 34. 34.
Yeah.
34 says this. No, 34 says this. Oh, no.
Or just like one word's different or something.
Or like the
who do you
pictures
trust?
have been swapped throughout the whole book.
Yeah.
That's evil. That'd be great.
It'd be fun.
It'd be funny to watch.
Loading Human is a sci-fi adventure where you play as a man forced to travel into space to save the life of his arrogant dying father. But the task proves difficult as mysterious dangers threaten his advance, forcing him to question what he cares about: his father's health or his own selfish desires.
So games like that never
Doesn't really tell me much about it. It's just, I don't know. I don't get.
It sounds like a bad soap opera.
Yeah, maybe a welcome home type game or something.
That'd be good, I guess. Those kind of games are either hit or miss. There's no in between.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it pans out, I guess. But
so they have a PlayStation VR Worlds. It's the pack-in game, which is with your PS VR bundle. A variety of different demos ranging from ocean descent, where you go under the water, which I would literally probably stop breathing if I tried to play that game, because I don't like water.
The people that hold their breath in the movie.
Yep.
Almost died in Finding Nemo.
Did you ever play the very first Tomb Raider game?
Like the original?
Tomb Raider on PlayStation.
Oh, no.
Okay, there's one part where you have to swim, and it kind of happens throughout the rest of the Tomb Raider games. My wife would have to remind me to breathe.
Really?
He's like, Jay, breathe. Oh, yeah.
Wow. See,
I just have a fear of I don't like water.
See, I love water.
I like water, like, taking a shower in a swimming pool, but like
Open water.
open water, I don't know what's on. So okay, when I'm on dry land, I know what's around me and above me, and there's nothing below me.
Hopefully.
Well, no, on dry land, it's solid ground.
Yeah.
In the water,
Multiple
I might
out
be
there.
able to see if I'm floating in the water. Again, I can see all around me and above me, but not below, underneath me, and something's gonna eat me.
So you don't like going to, like, the beach?
I like going to the beach. I love the beach.
You just don't like getting in the
I
water?
just don't really try to get in the water. This was me in Hawaii. I walked out into the ocean, up to my waist, and I thought to myself, sharks can swim in 3 feet of water. Done. I'll be in the pool.
That's sad, dude.
I'm gonna go get a drink and sit in the pool, in the over 18 pool, because I don't want kids in my pool.
That's sad. I love the water. I love open water.
What's really sad is the fact that I'm moving back to Washington State, and my wife wants to live somewhere near the Sound, and we will be getting paddle boards and kayaks, and
so they're gonna drag you out.
so I'm gonna try to overcome my fear.
That's good. Facing
I'm
it
gonna
is always
start,
the best way to do it.
I want to try to get into those polar bear plunges where you jump out off the pier in the ocean.
Yeah, you
Or
have
the
to do
Sound.
it. That would see. It's never had a fear of open water, so, and I've stepped on stuff like I stepped on a stingray once, and stuff like that, and it's scary. I mean, it made me jump, but
Yeah.
I don't know. And I've seen sharks in water and stuff like that. And
I don't know. Yeah, I'd be done.
it's not. It's not. I don't. I guess it just doesn't bother me. I I also watched like Jaws as a kid and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
what's that movie? Waterworld.
Oh yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Waterworld. It's a great movie. So
See, I'm not a good swimmer.
okay.
We'd go to the lake every summer when I was a kid, but I just kind of float.
Yeah.
I didn't even float very well. I just put my life vest on and float in that.
You just sit there and just bob.
I water skied as a kid a lot, and that's not something you stay upright for a
That's
majority
hard
of the
to
time.
do. That is
Yeah.
really hard.
I got pretty good at that. I don't know why I stopped doing that.
Oh,
Well, I know because I moved to North Dakota and
Yeah, we don't have
we don't have
nice weather. Except it's really nice today.
except for today where
Yeah.
it's like 70 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's 60 or 70 degrees outside in the middle of November
Yeah.
in North Dakota. That makes no sense. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to live in the ocean, like 20,000 leagues under the sea.
See, and that's the thing. I love boats. I want to get a sailboat. I
You
want
wanna
to
be
go
a
out
seaman?
there and
You want to be a seaman?
I a sailor.
That's what I said.
Okay.
That's what I said.
We also hey look, another game for the VR system. Res Infinite. The cult classic rhythm shooter Res is a completely different experience through the lenses of VR.
Is that the space like they? No, they had that res light or whatever. Do you remember that when the PlayStation first came out?
I don't.
Where you would skirt around the side of it. It was almost like a cylindrical, and it was like a wave-based shooter, kind of like those old arcade games like not Metal Slug. The one where you're like a chopper and you move forward in the screen and you fight the wave. Like that's what it was, except it was like a cylinder that you just flew around repeatedly and then you were attacked by spaceships.
I don't remember that.
It was a big part of the PlayStation demo, and like when I first got my console, that was the very first game I downloaded. I had Battlefield 4 and that.
Yeah.
That's all I had to play. But back to the VR bundle that's coming. I'm really happy they're including stuff like that.
A bundle.
Just
so you can
something,
try. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that was the nicest part of the Wii.
I was just thinking back to the Nintendo. The first Nintendo NES.
Yeah.
You got Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Maybe you got Mario Brother and Duck Hunt.
We got like when we got our Super Nintendo, my mom got Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, they came with the thing.
Yeah, like you got one game.
Yeah.
This is your one game. Now it's like if you want the one game, it's another $60.
Well, unless you get you get like the
Black Friday bundle
exclusive. Yeah.
But the
But yeah, like you said, when the Wii came out, it had that Wii Sports games.
and I think that was the only game everybody played.
Yeah.
Nobody bought anything else but Wii Sports because that was as useful as the Wii got. So
I had a lot of Wii games.
I did too. There was one game that I just recently found that was actually on the DS. It's called Spectrobes.
Okay.
Played that when I was like maybe 13, and it's kind of like a Pokemon meets archaeology.
Oh.
So you have to you go through and you find these fossils after you have to go find them or whatever, and then you can clean them off, and then they spawn a random creature that you can take out with you and fight with and level up. And you get one companion through each whatever. You get to choose your companion essentially. So it's kind of interesting because you could switch throughout, and you got multiple different companions or animals or whatever that had different powers, but you always had to go dig them up, and you couldn't. And I think they were random too. I think they randomly generated.
That's cool.
It was kind of neat. It was a good game. I never finished it, and you could also fight too, which is the other cool part. You weren't restricted to.
Well, that's cool. That's what Pokemon needs.
Yeah, you had a
you
sword.
need to be able to fight.
So you had a sword, so you fight a
Pokemon.
giant dinosaur with your Pokemon next to you essentially.
Cool.
It was pretty neat. It was a good game. I never got to finish it though, but I loved it.
Here's the game I think you're thinking of: Riggs, Mechanized Combat League.
Yeah, probably.
A multiplayer sports action game that puts you in the cockpit of a giant mech known as a rig.
No, actually, mine's a Titanfall clone almost.
Let's see. With this massive machine, you join alongside two others and compete against opposing teams in a variety of different sporting events. So this is an online game. This isn't a story.
So it's Rocket League.
Story. Yeah.
It's Rocket League with Max.
Then they have Rise of the Tomb Raider Blood Ties. That could be interesting.
That's weird.
Blood Ties, the latest Rise of the Tomb Raider DLC.
So it's DLC for the
Yeah.
original Tomb, or for the
It can be played using the PSVR. So yeah, it's DLC for Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Are they still gonna have the third person aspect? 'Cause that
Through,
would
through
be.
the eyes of Lara Croft, you will explore her family home in search of evidence to prove her right to inherit her father's estate.
That seems really boring.
So it switches over to a first person. It's just allowing people to be Lara Croft. You
yeah,
know,
but the fun of playing Lara Croft is that she is a bad woman, not a bad woman, like
a badass woman.
yeah.
I think you can say that.
Can you? I don't know. I didn't want to. So, but she's like,
A tough girl.
she's a tough woman, who's a good, like, she's a great female role model.
Yeah.
So, for me, that was kind of the whole point of Lara Croft is
Yeah.
playing that.
Is you're not with the
Hardcore-
third person aspect
right.
where you're not this character, but you can
Like, you get to enjoy, you get to watch her be who she is.
like reading a book.
Yeah,
you know,
kind
you're
of.
reading a book that's
Or
written
like,
in
like playing Gears.
yeah.
Like, I'm not a cog that weighs 2,000 pounds and wears like 400,000 pounds of armor, and I don't chainsaw people in half
Right.
on a typical basis. So, it's like that was cool to play Gears of War.
Yeah.
Did you play how many? Did you play all the Gears?
Not all of them. I've played a couple.
Did you play 3?
Which one's that? No.
That's the last one with
Before well, like
Marcus and
4
Dom.
just came out. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the
I
last.
played one. I finished one. I played a little bit of 2, and then I played the one where you're not Marcus or Dom, but there's
Baird
like
and Coltrane.
you're recounting the actions of this team that went out.
Yeah,
You're on
Baird and
trial.
Coltrane. Yeah, that was Judgment.
Yeah. Judgment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I played that one.
I didn't like Judgment, personally.
Yeah. That was weird because it was kind of interesting because you played, like I said, you played different characters and it's different gameplay.
Well, like Baird and Cole were always kind of a supporting cast, in my opinion,
Yeah.
as far as characters go, and they were really strong supporting characters, but they couldn't hold their own as a lead because their dynamic was fun because it was a relief from Marcus and Dom, who are like super grizzly,
Yeah.
let's go murder everything kind of
Yeah.
people, and then there's Baird who's like, I'm gonna make a joke about everything and it's funny, and then there's Coltrane who used to be a ex-football player, their version of it, and he's a typical jock, and it's
Yeah.
funny to watch their interaction.
Hey, didn't get enough. It was that virtual pool game just not doing it for you?
No.
Well, guess what? There's Sports Bar VR.
Ooh,
Yes,
I
that's
get the
true.
whole inventory.
5 others can join you in a social
5?
space. You can play different pub games if you don't like human interaction.
So wait, I
can
can
still
have
go to
people
the bar.
join me, but I don't have to go to a bar.
You can still pretend you're at a bar.
Can I get drunk?
But beer's a lot cheaper
That is true.
at the house.
It is true.
You can play 8-ball, pool, air hockey,
Good luck picking up a chick though.
skee ball. You might think it's a girl. Skee ball and darts.
Darts would be kind of fun playing.
Oh
VR.
my God! It's also possible to drink virtual alcohol,
There you go.
but it's unclear how this will affect your ability to play. That's funny.
That's actually a pretty cool mechanic.
That would be funny. You drink more, you can't shoot straight.
That's actually a pretty cool mechanic. Like
okay,
I love that.
I
video
might
game.
be sold on that one.
That's actually pretty fun.
That'd
be a good party game.
maybe a pre-owned. Couple months after it's been
That's
out.
a party game. You have to drink a beer in the game, and you have to drink a beer
in real life. Yeah, really.
Every time you play a different game or something like that.
Super Hypercube. It's a fascinating first-person puzzle game where you control a group of cubes and rotate them accordingly to fit through the holes that slowly are coming toward you.
That's what she said.
See, now this just looks like
It just looks like a game that
you could play on Virtual Boy. It's just
it's
I
just
don't know.
not attractive.
It's red lines.
Oh, okay. It's
it-
literally a tech demo.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Super Stardust Ultra VR. The VR version of Super Stardust Ultra allows you to play the game from a new perspective. Where the original was displayed from a top-down perspective, the VR version puts you directly in the cockpit of a space fighter. The result is a refreshing take on an already hectic and action-packed experience.
I'm interested to
I
see.
haven't played Super Stardust Ultra, so I don't know.
I'm interested to see how space fighter games change.
You know what? You know what
VR.
I'd play? Space Invaders VR.
Yeah.
If you were in the
Car-
cockpit of that little ship down there, going back and forth, and you see him coming down,
Just,
that'd be
ah!
yeah. See,
What
that'd be
was the
interesting.
movie? Oh, what was the movie that came out? And it's an old movie.
Battleship? No.
Yeah. No, that movie was terrible. It was like in the 70s, and it was about he was a spaceship pilot, and the way they trained the way they found their new recruits is by an
By
arcade.
playing an arcade game.
Yes,
I remember that game.
and I cannot remember what the
And
movie was
it
called.
was the 80s.
Yeah, it was the 80s, okay.
Because it was in my time.
And I watched that movie as a kid, and I thought it was the coolest movie
Yeah.
ever. And I can't remember what it's called. If you know, let us know.
I know, I can't. It's like Starfighter or something.
The Last Starfighter.
The Last Starfighter. There
That's
you
what
go.
it was. Such a cheesy movie.
Yeah, because
So good though.
they weren't supposed to get humans involved.
Well, they
'Cause
sent.
humans weren't
It's like a
good
Green
enough.
Lantern thing. They sent out everywhere had a
Yeah.
simulator, and this kid became like the simulator, and he was the first human to be inducted,
Yeah.
and he was the last one because everybody else died the battle
Right?
before his.
Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah, like very Green Lantern-esque. And then he was the one that defeated the evil overlord Zod or whatever his name was. That was such a good movie. It was terrible. It was so good.
They have the Assembly, which challenges you to question your morality in the face of a mysterious organization. You play as two individuals who must each take a stand for what they believe in. However, the choices you make as them will only serve to throw you into even tougher situations. Will your actions save lives, or will they ruin the world? It's up to you, Quinn.
And it's President Simulator 3000.
President 2016.
2016. I wouldn't. Those kind of games always interest me, but then I get bored too quickly with
Yeah,
them. So
I don't know. I don't know how VR would add to that.
I guess it would add the aspect of like, now you have to deal with first-person problems.
First world problems.
Yeah, now it's first
Oh,
person.
I'm out of hair gel.
Oh no. Do you go buy more hair gel, or you just go to your job interview looking like this? I'll go buy more hair gel. You're late to your job interview, you don't get the job.
Right.
You end up committing suicide a week later.
Perma-
Jeez.
Permadeath.
Yeah, permadeath.
All right, we have the Playroom VR, which comes as a free download at launch. So there's another free
That's cool. Another free title.
thing for you. From a cat and mouse chase where you try to find the location of the other player, to a Godzilla-like battle where you play as a giant monster attempting to defeat player-controlled robots.
That sounds like fun.
There's a good idea. What was that game? Rampage. VR
I remember that
Rampage.
game.
That'd be fun.
That game was cool. Like
Yeah.
you could have a 1v1 kind of thing.
Yeah.
You get abilities like kind of like Overwatch or something like that.
I always liked eating the other player when they turned back into human.
Yeah, munching them.
Grab
That was
them
always
and do
really cool. I always liked breaking open the buildings. Because
And-
if you played as King Kong, if you broke open a building and it was a hot girl in there, you could pick her up and he would carry her.
Oh, I don't know. I know you could eat people out of there, but I don't know.
Yeah, you could eat people when you got bonus points and health, I think. But I think there was an Easter egg, like if you opened it and I think she was wearing like either a white dress or she was wearing like almost like just a pink bra.
Yeah.
If you grabbed her, he wouldn't eat her. He would hold on to her for
Huh.
the rest of the fight.
Funny.
It was pretty great.
There's Thumper, which is another rhythm action game that puts you in control of a space beetle zipping through high-speed pathways surrounded by an array of intense visuals.
I'm curious to see if anybody that has oh my gosh, I just forgot what the condition is. Where if lights like blink,
Oh, have seizure. Well, they
Yeah,
have seizures.
epileptic.
Yeah, there you go.
I wonder if people are like that's going to become an issue. Like I already imagine that they're probably taking steps to prevent that,
Yeah, I'm sure.
but I wonder if it's going to progressively get worse as VR becomes more and more widely accepted and mainstream
Yeah.
and
Oh.
affordable. It's an interesting thought.
Or maybe they're like I said, maybe they're really being careful with the flashing lights and stuff.
Well,
Because that's normally what does it, is the flashing lights.
and so, like games like that, looking at the picture that you had before with like the
Yeah.
beetle flying through surreal images and stuff, that who knows what could be in that game that might accidentally trigger it.
Yeah.
Like they have to, I guess there's like a play at your own risk kind of thing, and a Surgeon General warning kind of, but
Yeah.
it's gonna take somebody inadvertently doing it to somebody that then it'll change. It'll become like an actual mandated law or rule that they have to do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is an interesting idea. Or maybe it'll help to, like, maybe not treat it, but combat it.
Well, that's the thing. You could use VR for a variety of things, like seasonal depression,
Yeah, yeah.
because that's one of the big things, especially here in the, you know,
Great White
Arctic
North.
tundra.
Yep.
When it gets dark for so long, you need those. You put the VR headset on, you get that light.
You get to go sit on the beach in Maui.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I think that would be a good thing. Like, if like psychiatrists started using it,
Yeah.
or you could even. I wonder if you could even use it as like a PTSD kind of thing for soldiers.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's got to be some type.
That
of...
would be an interesting experiment. Well, not experiment. That sounds like a bad word, but like an interesting trial or something like that, or a practice to see if it helps. So VR is cool. It's exciting.
Yeah,
I'm excited to be alive.
Yeah.
During this era of video games.
Yeah. They also have Tumble VR, which takes the challenging puzzle solving from takes the challenging puzzle solving from the PS3 original and blends it into an immersive landscape on a PSVR. Once again, I don't know what virtual reality will add to this type of a game, a puzzle game.
The first level is a Rubik's Cube, and 99% of people won't get past it.
Right. Yeah, that's not true, but yeah, I can. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. The Until Dawn Rush of Blood.
Nope. Next.
Again, spin-off of the critically acclaimed cinematic horror adventure of the same name.
Nope.
But unlike that game, this Rush of Blood is an on-rails arcade shooter developed specifically for virtual reality. Funhouse-inspired visual themes.
Arcade shooter. That sounds lame.
No, you're. I think in this game you are on a roller coaster in a haunted house.
That's lame.
And you go through and you shoot scaries.
That's yeah. I would rather play like Until Dawn first person if I was gonna do a scary game.
Okay, how about Volume Coda? It's an expansion to 2015's Volume that continues where that game left off. Without spoiling much, you control a character enlisted in an evil corporation that Robin Loxley attempted to take down in the original.
Robin Loxley? Really?
Why? Who's Robin Loxley?
That's from Men in Tights. Robin of Loxley.
Oh, that's funny.
That's why I was like, are you kidding me? That's the name that they gave him? That's pretty good.
Wayward Sky, colorful third-person puzzler where you control bees. Oh, no, Bess. That's a bee.
You control bees.
You control bees!
Woo! I mean, Bess.
A young pilot on a mission to rescue her father from the perils of a dangerous floating fortress.
That sounds actually a pretty neat concept. Sounds like a female Mario.
World War Toons, a cartoonish class-based first-person shooter set in World War II.
That's like Conquer. Or not Conquer. Is it Conquer? Conquer Bad Fur Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over-the-top visual styles combine slapstick humor with tactical team-based action. Because nothing, says respect for World War II veterans like slapstick humor.
Well,
Sorry.
Battlefield 1 worked out so great. Let's make the exact opposite game, but still keep the World War.
Why can't it just be a fictional war in cartoon land?
Yeah, the great color war.
Yeah, the great anime war where regular cartoons against anime cartoons.
Fight Japanese cartoons. I don't know. Well, in like Conquer's Bad Fur Day, they did like a World War II-esque. Like the theme was there the whole time, but they skated around it the whole.
Yeah.
They never said directly this is World War II. They said this is whatever war it was. That game was screwed up. I didn't realize how bad it was.
Yeah.
Until I was playing it, and it was just like, boom, blow a guy up, and you're like. My little 8-year-old brain was like, if my mom catches me playing this, I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
So dead.
So much trouble.
Well, that is your list of PlayStation VR launch titles. Are you convinced? Are you going to buy one now?
No.
Totally convinced. Pool.
Yeah, I need to try it.
Yeah.
This is definitely a try before you buy.
Yeah.
And if
I don't know how you can go. I don't mean, can you rent it somewhere? I don't know.
I bet
Do you want to rent it
I
after
wonder if
someone
they're
else
gonna come up with like VR
placed
bars
on their face?
where like you go in.
I've heard people talking about that, but then like I was saying, they were like, "Wait, how do you clean that? How do you keep that clean? Everybody's gonna have like
You just use like wet wipes.
Eye herpes.
Or maybe they'll come out with like an interchangeable, like the little like rubber piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just come out with like an interchangeable rubber piece that goes over the eye part, and you just change it out every time. I don't know.
That's not my problem. I don't know. Someone else has to develop it.
Yeah,
I'm not a game developer.
I'm not gonna go to it, but go for it.
All right. Well, that just about does it. That took the whole show.
Oh man.
Right on. Go Jay.
I was trying to keep myself awake the whole time.
Good job, Quinn. All right, that just about that does it for us here at the Q&J. If you are watching this online, click share, like, and subscribe. We will see you next week if you're listening to us on Channel 19 KMSU. I love you all, and I don't know, Quinn, got anything to add?
I'm gonna go take a nap.
All right, we got to be somewhere at 3.
Do we?
Senior recitals at 3.
Oh man.
So go take a nap in the theater. All right. Once again, that does it for us. Q&J. Thanks for listening. We will talk to you if Quinn is still around next week.
Why?
All right. See you guys later.